Hello Reds fan, in this video you'll stay informed about the latest Liverpool news. But first, leave your like and subscribe to our channel right now, so you don't miss any updates about Liverpool FC. Alright Liverpool fan, Ibrahima Konate's form has become a real worrying for Liverpool this season, and you don't need me to tell you that. It's been a rough campaign all around. But Konate's dip has been one of the biggest talking points among fans. A lot of supporters have completely lost confidence in him, and many aren't exactly thrilled about the idea of him getting a new contract. He's still starting most games, but the performances just haven't been good enough. The PSV match in midweek was another example. Konate struggled badly and ended up being subbed off late on as Arne Slot tried to rescue something from the game. And even though most fans thought he was one of the poorest players on the pitch, Liverpool apparently still want him to stay beyond the 2025-26 season. Journalist Dean Jones gave an update, saying the club are still hoping to get him tied down to a fresh deal. According to him, Liverpool know Konate's contract is up in the summer, and they've been pushing for him to extend. He made another big mistake in the Champions League, but that hasn't put the club off. They actually feel the latest round of talks went well and are optimistic he'll remain at Anfield, but over in Spain, it's a different story. Reports there claim Real Madrid are confident Konate wants to join them in 2026, and that he's edging closer to committing to a future move. It feels very similar to the situation with Trent Alexander-Arnold last year. Something's got to give soon. Liverpool apparently want this wrapped up before the end of the year. Whatever Konate decides, one thing is clear. Liverpool need a new centre-back. It's non-negotiable at this point. There's talk of a January move for Mark Guehi after the club failed to bring him in over the summer. Zeki Çelik is another name on the radar, and he's also attracting interest from City and Arsenal. And then there's Dayot Upamecano, though Bayern Munich insists. So Reds, Liverpool have now slumped to 9 defeats in their last 12 games, and honestly, it's getting painful to watch. The latest blow came in that 4-1 Champions League hammering away at PSV. A result that's once again thrown Arne Slot's future into the spotlight. The pressure on the boss is growing by the day. But Slot himself doesn't seem too stressed about losing his job just yet. Jamie Carragher is still backing him for the moment, trying to bring some calm to the chaos. But behind the scenes there's a lot going on at Anfield. And now we've got some proper insight into why the club aren't pulling the trigger just yet. Journalist David Lynch, speaking to Sportsmole, explained that Liverpool would prefer to wait before making any big decisions. According to him, the club believe that the summer is simply the best time to appoint a new manager, not in the middle of the season when choices are limited and everything is rushed. He pointed out that some of the big names being mentioned, like Julian Nagelsmann, won't even be available until after the World Cup. So if Liverpool were to sack Slot now, they'd probably need to bring in an interim manager anyway, which, as Lynch said, would make sense in that scenario. But he also added that we're not at that stage just yet. And while reports have suggested that Nagelsmann isn't actually part of Liverpool's current plans, there are still plenty of managers without a job who could step in if needed. Xavi, who left Barcelona in the summer of 2024, is still on the market. Edin Terzic, the coach who led Borussia Dortmund to the Champions League final in 2023-24, is also available. And then there's the sentimental choice, Steven Gerrard. A short-term return for the Liverpool legend could be an option if Slot is shown the door before the season ends. He's got Premier League experience from his time with Aston Villa and most recently managed. Listen up, Liverpool fan. Liverpool quietly slipped a buyback clause into the deal that sent Jarell Quansah to Bayer Leverkusen in the summer. The club let him go for £30 million plus £5 million in add-ons back in July 2025. Partly to give the lad the regular minutes he deserved, and partly to help fund the big money arrivals like Florian Wirtz and Alexander Isak. But fast forward a few months, and Quansah is absolutely flying in Germany. He's looked right at home in the Bundesliga, and his performance against Manchester City in Leverkusen's 2-0 Champions League win on Tuesday night really turned heads. He's gone from promising youngster to one of Europe's top defensive talents in what feels like no time, and suddenly he looks like the one that got away. But here's the thing, Liverpool didn't sell him blindly. They always knew how good he could become. That's exactly why they insisted on a buyback clause. The agreement gives Liverpool first refusal in summer 2027. allowing them to bring him back for £51 million. If all goes to plan, he'll be 25 years old and potentially entering his prime right when the clause kicks in. Since joining Leverkusen, Quansah has racked up 14 appearances, starting 13 of them. He's become a key part of their defense, and his development is accelerating at a scary pace. Meanwhile, back at Anfield, the need for a centre-back is becoming urgent. Connacht's form has fallen off a cliff and Real Madrid are sniffing around. Van Dijk isn't looking like the Van Dijk we once knew. Slot needs help at the back, and he needs it soon. Marc Guéhi is the club's top target heading into January, especially with his Crystal Palace contract winding down. But with so much competition for his signature, getting that deal done won't be simple. Liverpool's long-term plan is clearly to bring Quansah home in 2027. But at the rate he's progressing and given how desperate the Reds are defensively, they might have to pay big money to get him back earlier. One thing's certain, his value has never looked. This is the Liverpool FC News Fan channel and I'll stop here. If you liked it, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. A big hug and see you in the next video.